Okay, well, welcome everyone. Maybe you're joining us from the morning, maybe it's the evening where you are. My name is Munisha Merchandani, and I am so excited to be co-teaching with Silvia today. I am a holistic lifestyle coach. I have been in the world of doTERRA for the last 3 years. So just a little bit about me, and then I'll pass it on to Silvia. I started using and getting involved with doTERRA about 3 years ago when I was living overseas in Shanghai. And at that time, I was introduced to the oils. And as soon as I started using them and felt the effects of how they were working both for me mentally and physically, I started sharing them with friends. And very quickly after that, I was building a doTERRA business. And I have not looked back ever since. So I am really excited. I love to educate on the power of essential oils and love to teach people how these oils can be used in their own homes. I'll pass it on.
Love that. Munisha, I have kind of a similar story. So my name is Silvia. For those of you that don't know me, a little bit about my background is I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for about 17 years, actually over 17 years now. The last decade I've spent working in the ICU and critical care. And I started using essential oils about 5 years ago when my youngest, I have 3 children. My youngest was about 5 or 6 months old at the time. And I got to a point in taking care of them where I felt kind of helpless. We were dealing with a lot of ear infections and allergies and just frequent colds. And I felt like I wasn't able to help them. And so I started looking, I knew how to use pharmaceuticals really well. I knew drugs, I knew how to use them, but I also knew there were side effects to that. And so I was looking for some natural options and some natural alternatives that I could use without all of the side effects, and kept coming across these essential oils. And if you knew me before doTERRA, I would be the last person that would be using essential oils. Um, I thought people that used essential oils were a little woo, and I was, medically trained and knew better, right? And if my old self could see me now, she would probably be like, "What is happening?" But I did a little bit of research, and essential oils kept coming up as the natural thing to help with what my kids were dealing with. And I said, okay, if millions of people can use them, I'm going to give them a try, and I'm going to, figure it out. And my daughter's preschool teacher happened to be diffusing doTERRA essential oils. And I was actually looking for somebody that sold doTERRA because I didn't know anybody personally in my group of friends, because none of us really used essential oils. And she was diffusing doTERRA in the classroom. And I said, oh, I need to learn about that. And so she came over to my house and she saw me limping. And I was limping around because I had this old ankle injury. So as a nurse, I would work 12-hour shifts. So I'd be on my feet a long time. And I had this old ankle injury that would flare up after a 12-hour shift. So I was limping on it. And she's like, oh, let's just put some marjoram on it. So this is marjoram or majoram. It's an herb. And I was like, oh, are you sure? Just straight up on there. She's like, yes. So within 2 minutes, the discomfort, the tingling that I was having, the stiffness that I was feeling in my ankle disappeared. And I said, what is this voodoo magic potion that you just put on my ankle? And from that moment forward, I was sold. I said, give me all the oils. And I started using essential oils, and I started telling everybody about them and what they were doing for me and my family. And similar to Munisha, I kind of accidentally started sharing and started doing this as a business. And now I do this full time. I actually am retired from the hospital, and I do this full time, and I teach people how to use essential oils in their families, in their life. I and live the doTERRA lifestyle, which is a natural, more holistic lifestyle. And I love empowering mamas and women, especially because we're kind of like the gatekeepers to our home. And so that's what our goal is today, mine and Munisha's. So thanks, Munisha. You can go on.
Yeah. So, no, I love your story, Sylvia. I wish I had oils when my kids were little. They're all big
No.
now, but I will tell you, even as big kids, they reach for the oils. There are a lot of oils that they know that help them with their stomach, with their aches and pains, and they are reaching for oils. Um, so I love that we're doing this class today because this class is all about empowering you. So our intention in this class is to help you understand the power of essential oils and how it can change your health and your family's health. And Sylvia and I will have done our job today if you leave this class knowing 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use essential oils, and then, of course, how to get these wonderful oils into your home at the best price.
I think this is you.
Okay. So the
We
first,
flip. We.
we put, I know it's okay. Yes, it's me. My phone is ringing. I'm so sorry, everyone. I was trying to put my phone away. Okay. So let's talk about the 3 cool things about essential oils. So the first cool thing about doTERRA essential oils is that they're 100% natural and safe. So there's nothing added to the oil or taken away from the oil. They're just simply pure essential oils. No side effects, no addictions. They're safe for babies, children, adults, and the elderly. So, oils are extracts from plants that have these amazing health benefits. And a pure oil is about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. So, 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equivalent to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So, they're really, really potent. Now, if you have a bottle of peppermint oil with you, I'm going to go ahead and grab mine. If you have that, that's something that you can grab right now. We're going to do have a little peppermint experience. So grab your peppermint oil and put a drop in your hand. First thing I'm going to ask you to do is dab your finger in there. Now, you're going to put this at the roof of your mouth. That feeling of peppermint runs through your whole body. I can feel it go up in my head and through my body. You can take that same peppermint and rub your hands together and do a deep inhale. Now keep the peppermint oil away from your eyes. So if peppermint is really strong and other oils as well, if you get this into a sensitive part of your body, you're going to use a carrier oil to get the sting away fast. And we're going to teach you how to do that as you start using your oils. Next thing you can do with your hands is go ahead and just massage the back of your neck. And you will feel the coolness of that 1 drop of peppermint that we have now used in 3 different ways. So they're really natural and safe. And what I love about our oils is that certified pure tested grade standard. So our oils what that means is that our oils are completely pure and potent. So pure means there are no foreign contaminants or fillers. And potent means that each plant was grown in a part of the world where the plant grows best. And this really does result in the absolute best chemistry for that plant. So when we have that natural ideal chemistry, the essential oil extracted does exactly what we want it to do for our health. Now, the second cool thing about our essential oils is that they're more effective than many modern approaches to health problems. So one great way to explain this, but before I start, if you are a medical professional in this class with us or watching the recording, what I'm going to share now is going to sound very elementary to you. Most of us in this room don't have the medical training you do, so we're really going to simplify things so that it makes sense for everyone. So if you have a cell in your body, and I'm holding up my fist, if this is my cell. Now we know that cells have this oily cell membrane, and that cell membrane protects the cell. So it keeps all the good things in and all the bad things out. Now, 2 of the things that are harmful to our cells are bacteria and viruses. Bacteria usually form on the inside of the cell and on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So all you really have to remember is bacteria on the outside and virus on the inside. Now, let's say you went to the doctor with a bacterial infection. He would most likely recommend an antibiotic to you. And after taking that antibiotic for 7 to 10 days in most cases, it would probably clear up the infection, but it often comes with wreaking havoc on your gut, your hormones, and your immune system. Now, if you had a virus like the cold or flu, what would he say? He would ask you to go home, drink a lot of water, rest, and let it run its course. And the reason why is because most of the modern recommendations are water-based synthetic agents, and they frequently come with side effects and addictions. Water and oil don't mix. So if the recommendation from your doctor is water-based, it will have a really hard time penetrating through that oily cell membrane and stopping the duplication of a virus on the inside. So this is where essential oils are different. They're oil-based, which means they can permeate that cell membrane, they can work on a cellular level without the side effects or addictions, and they can combat the bacteria on the outside of the cell and while preventing the duplication of viruses on the inside. So this is why they're often more effective than the modern approach to health problems. And then the third cool thing about essential oils is that they are cheaper than traditional medical care. So let me explain. If you have a copay for going to the doctor, if you go to the doctor, you often have a copay. If your doctor gave you a prescription for an antibiotic, you have to pay maybe a copay to fill that prescription. So the difference here is when someone in my family has an ear infection, we rub 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of melaleuca around the ear and we go to bed. 12 hours later, the infection is clearing up and it costs us about 64 cents. Now, whether it cost you $20 for that copay and prescription that we talked about earlier, or whether it costs you zero, because maybe you live in a country with free medical care, essential oils are still less expensive than the gas in the car you pay to go to the doctor's office. And that's not even including the half day of work you probably had to take off for this emergency. And then we also haven't taken into account the fact that antibiotics harm your gut. Then you might have to buy extra probiotics for 2 weeks or longer to fix the damage. And that's even more money. So we honestly save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs because of essential oils. You cannot afford not to use natural solutions. And that's why essential oils are cheaper than traditional medical care. And these are the 3 cool things. They're 100% natural and safe, they're effective, and they are affordable.
I love that. Munisha, that's actually my story with my little ones is I was dealing with recurring ear infections with them. And every cold, every sniffle would turn into an ear infection. And they were taking like 4 or 5 rounds of antibiotics every year. And I was like, this cannot go on. This just cannot go on. And the last 5 years that I've been using doTERRA, we have not used 1 round of antibiotic in my home. So that in and of itself is just like, thank you, Lord. Like it's been a godsend for me and my family and my kids. And I just, and I had to do a lot of gut work with them after all of those antibiotics. So
Yeah.
I love this natural tool. And like I said, I love teaching other mamas how to use them too. So there's 3 ways to use essential oils. The first way you're going to use them is just aromatically. And Munisha showed us that just by opening the bottle and smelling it, putting a drop in your hand and smelling them. You can also use a diffuser, which is like a device like this. Here's one that I have on my desk. Where you put some water in it and this is my littlest now. He's almost 6 now, 5.5. Where you put some oils and water in it and it disperses it into the air so that you can receive it aromatically. So that's going to help cleanse the air. It's also going to help address any respiratory any respiratory issues that you might have. So addressing things by breathing them in, breathing essential oils in, you're going to address any respiratory issues. Topically would be the second way to use. Oh, one thing is, we think of oils and just being nice smells, but I want you all to take your finger and kind of pinch right above your nose right here, right behind that right there, is your olfactory system. Your olfactory system sends signals to your limbic system, and your limbic system is in charge of regulating your mood, your emotions, your heart rate, your blood pressure, even memory recall. So it's a very powerful way to instantly send signals throughout your entire body just through your sense of smell. It's the same process is used to put people under during anesthesia. right? And so it's a really powerful way to affect the whole body just through your sense of smell. So don't think that just, breathing these really pretty smells in is just that. It's actually a really powerful way to address emotions. And there are lots of studies that will support all of this. The second way to use is topically. You're going to want to use oils topically when you are targeting specific areas of the body, such as muscle pain or joint pain, or maybe an upset tummy. You can also apply oils topically to your pulse points. I love applying oils topically to my kiddos on their feet and down their spine. This is a great way to receive systemic benefits from the oils. When you apply topically, we recommend diluting them with fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil is just a great carrier oil. It will reduce the risk of any, okay, buddy, you go to daddy. Mom life. It will reduce the risk of or chances of you having a skin sensitivity or reaction from the oils. There are some oils that are a little bit hotter to the skin. Hang on one second. Sorry. Now I forgot where I was. Oh, fractionated coconut oil. Thank you. So it's colorless, it's tasteless, it's odorless, and it doesn't interfere with the chemistry of the oil. When you open up a bottle like this, the molecules in it are very small and volatile, which means that they will escape rapidly from the bottle. And if I apply a drop topically, right, I'm getting a smaller surface area, and most of the molecules are actually like bouncing off. So I'm not getting a ton inside my body. When you apply fractionated coconut oil, what that will do is it'll actually trap it onto the surface of your skin. The molecules of the fractionated coconut oil are a little bit bigger, so it'll allow for a longer absorption time, which will also give you a longer lasting effect. So when I first started using essential oils, I thought, oh, I'm going to use it without the fractionated coconut oil because I want it to be stronger and I want it to work better. It actually works the other way around. And it also makes it so that you have that localized effect that you're looking for. So if you're looking at like, a bummed elbow and you really want to address that, you want to use that carrier oil to get that localized effect, allow the oil to absorb. And it makes your oils last longer, right? Because we can kind of stretch it out with the fractionated coconut oil. I love peppermint. If you have peppermint, I have a little challenge for you. I would challenge you to put a couple drops at the bottoms of your feet and put some socks on. Within about 20 to 30 minutes, you should taste that peppermint in your mouth. Like Munisha said, the oil will affect every cell in your body. And so you will taste it in your mouth. The first time I did this, I was just like, what is happening? This is crazy. And I love watching people do the same thing as well. Now, the third way to use essential oils, and this is very specific to doTERRA's essential oil, and it's because they're certified pure tested grade quality, is going to be internally. Not all oils are safe to use internally because a lot of them, we don't know what's in them, right? We don't know if they've been tested. Maybe the test results aren't released and we can't see them. But doTERRA's oils are tested and they are safe for ingestion. And I know a lot of the people on this call specifically are in India, and in India, they are food grade. And so that's how we have brought in the oils that are safe for ingestion. And it will be clearly labeled on the bottle. In the US, there is a supplement fact on the bottle. And so that's how you distinguish between the oils that are safe for ingestion and the oils that are not, because not all essential oils are safe for ingestion or recommended for ingestion. There's certain oils that are you just use topically or aromatically. You can use oils internally by, my favorite way is to just put them in your water. So that's what I do with lemon oil. I put lemon oil in my water every day, and it's just a great way to change the taste of your water. You don't get the acidity on your teeth as you would from lemon juice. And it's also a great way just to gently support your detox organs. So you can do that. You can put it in a veggie capsule, and use it intentionally that way. You can put a couple drops under your tongue. Maybe you're going to eat a heavier meal and you can use the Digest Zen oil under your tongue or in some water as well. So those are and then you can also add them to cooking. And I love using my oils in cooking. A little bit goes a really long way. I think one of my go-to oils is wild orange to use in cooking. I love adding it to smoothies, to my pancake batter. The lemon oil can be used as if a recipe calls for lemon zest or lime zest or even orange zest. Any of the citrus oils can be used like that. The citrus oils actually come from the rind, so that's where the zest gets its flavor from.
Great.
And those are the 3 ways to use essential oils.
Thanks, Sylvia. I've heard how to use these oil. I hear it all the time, but every time I hear it, I just feel like I want to go grab them and use them in all the ways right now. So thanks so much for sharing those.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I get to start us off. So what we really wanted to do in this class today was really show you how the top 10 oils can be integrated into your life. Because once you get these oils into your home, there are a lot of little tidbits to learn, but we thought we would just start introducing you to these first experience and these starter kits and kind of why they're put together. They're really put together. And we're going to talk about them all together. But first, let me just start by introducing the oils. So I have the privilege, I think, because these are like the top 3 of introducing lemon, lavender, and peppermint to you. Now, we've kind of talked about a few of them already, but let me go ahead and start with lemon. So Silvia gave us great ways to use our lemon, using it in our water, using it to soothe the dry throat, also diffusing it into the air to neutralize odors and purify the air, and then also to clean with. So our lemon oil can be used not only internally, but to clean with. I mean, I just find that so fascinating, right? The same thing that I'm cleaning my kitchen counters with goes into my water and into my body. And that just shows us how non-toxic, how we can clean, non-toxic and then also use our lemon oil. So lemon is a natural detoxifier and a cleanser, and that's why we can use it. When we do our 30-day detoxes, and we also incorporate lemon every day during those. And I, as well as how Silvia does, I use it every day in my water. So we love our lemon oil. I also use it, I travel a lot, so I also use it to take the stickers off of suitcases. So the stickers off of bottles, any labels that get the little sticky on there, the residue, you can use lemon oil, which I love to use it for that. And then we have our lavender. So lavender is what we consider like our Swiss Army knife of oils. It is all things calming. It can do so much for our, not only externally, but also internally. So it's gonna, when you use it in a diffuser, it's gonna promote feelings of relaxation and calm. You can diffuse it in the room before bedtime. You can just diffuse it actually any time of the day when you need to really calm down the environment of the room. You can also apply it topically. And when I think of applying lavender topically, I think of calming the skin. So if you're having, skin issues that are coming up, lavender is going to calm them. And that's the most compliant way for me to say it, I think. But yeah, absolutely use lavender with your fractionated coconut oil and, apply it to areas of concern. You can also apply it, as a massage. So massaging it on the back, the bottoms of the feet, anywhere that, I would say that you can put the oils anywhere that you like to put them, but the bottoms of the feet is really, really great because it draws the oils up into the body, just like Sylvia mentioned with the peppermint. And then again, just all things calming, mind and body. That's how I like to think of our lavender. And then we have our peppermint. So we talked for a minute about peppermint. Again, this can also be used internally. So you can mix it with lemon into water. You can use it just directly into water, peppermint water. It's great for the stomach. So to soothe an upset stomach, this is great. Peppermint overall is invigorating as well. So using it on the body, or inhaling it maybe to get some energy, like a boost of energy. That's one of my favorite ways. Like if I'm feeling really kind of down in the afternoons, I'll go ahead and drop a peppermint and just inhale like we did earlier. The other way to use it is for cooling the body down. So if you're in like a warm environment, maybe it's really hot outside, and you can just actually make a little peppermint spray with a little bit of water and spray it onto the back of the neck. And then, of course, you know, during menopause and when people are having hot flashes, that's another time I recommend peppermint, again, to cool the body. So it's cooling, it's invigorating, it can help our tummy as well. So I would say, and then we do have blends and ways to use all three of these together for our seasonal threats. So once you start learning about these oils, you're going to learn how to really kind of also blend them together. These are all single oils, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, but when you blend them together and maybe put them in a diffuser or make a roller ball, you can actually use them for seasonal threats. So again, just there's so much power behind these oils, and once you start to learn about them, you'll be fascinated by the whole world that it opens up for you.
Those three can also be put in a veggie capsule. So if you're dealing with allergies, is the word Munisha wasn't wanting to use.
We're recording this. We're not.
This is a safe place.
Okay.
We can use.
We have to be very compliant when we talk. Now, anybody on this call who starts talking to others about doTERRA, we can't use, allergies. She said it. Yeah. She's the nurse. I think she's allowed to say it.
Seasonal threats means allergies for those. But yeah, those three are really great and quite effective in a veggie capsule. Now in India, we don't have the supplements yet, but we can make our own by putting the oils we do have in the veggie capsules and taking them in that way. All right, we're going to talk about frankincense. It's one of my favorite oils and probably one of the most researched oils, along with lavender. Lavender's a pretty researched oil. But frankincense was one of the oils brought to baby Jesus. It's when I don't know what to use, I will reach for frankincense because it will most likely help. So if you're ever like, I don't know which oil to use for this, what I always say, when in doubt, frank it out. Just grab the frankincense and you can use it, and you can use it all three ways: aromatically, topically, or internally. Frankincense is a great oil to use for cellular support. So you can use it right under your tongue every day. Would be just a great way to get some cellular support every day. You can use it to clean and soothe cuts and scrapes. It is a beautifying oil, so you can add it to your serums or your moisturizer. It's going to be it's a great oil to use for skin. Has anti-aging properties. You can apply it to the bottoms of your feet or take it internally for immune support. It's a great one to combine with the lavender and peppermint for any head tension, stress. I love using frankincense whenever I apply an oil topically. Frankincense is known to enhance the effectiveness of other oils. You can layer it on top of an oil that you apply topically, and you'll kind of get an enhanced benefit and effect from it. And like I said, if you're in doubt, just use frankincense because it's a phenomenal oil. And one of our next oils is Breathe, and this is a proprietary blend that doTERRA has, and it's our respiratory blend. So it's great for all things respiratory. This is the oil I started to diffuse in my little one's room because of seasonal threats. It's another great oil to use for that. We can just cut out the other part, Munisha. We're all friends here. But yeah, so my oldest had little dark circles under his eyes. He was snoring. I had actually taken him to specialists because I was like, gosh, is there something wrong with him? Are his tonsils inflamed? Do his adenoids need to be like, what is going on with him? And they were like, no, he just has allergies. And they put him on a steroid spray like for his nose. And I was like, okay, I want to kind of take the natural route here. And so I just started diffusing this in his room every night. I like blending it with wild orange. I think it just smells wonderful with wild orange. It smells wonderful with lavender as well. And within a week, the little dark circles under his eyes started to go away. I noticed that he wasn't snoring when I diffused this. So if you've got a snorer in your home, diffuse breathe and see what that does and report back. Cause I would put money on that. It helps the snoring situation. You can also apply it topically. So you can apply it topically like on the chest or on the back or on the bottoms of the feet. You could even find the reflexology points on the bottoms of the feet and apply to that with a little bit of pressure. Um, also, if you've got like congestion in your nose, you can apply topically right over the bridge of the nose and over the sinuses and help with that. But I just love Breathe. I've had people with anxious feelings find this oil very helpful and beneficial for that. Just, taking that moment to apply an oil topically, and then Breathe is kind of like a stronger smelling oil. So it really helps just kind of snap people out of it and calm themselves down. And so Breathe is their go-to for anxious feelings. The next oil is tea tree or melaleuca. You'll kind of hear it called both things. This is another one of those kind of Swiss Army knives. It's used a lot alongside lavender. It's a great first aid for your skin. This is the oil I will bring to the nail salon because I don't want to bring any nastiness home with me from the nail salon. So if you have issues with nails and fungus specifically, tea tree is a great oil to use for that. Also, any weird skin things that come up, tea tree is a great oil to use for that. I like to use tea tree and spot treat any blemishes that I might have. You can add it to your shampoo and conditioner to help with a healthy scalp, especially if you've got a dry, flaky scalp. Tea tree is going to help with that. And I already talked about the toenails. Also great to put on the bottoms of your feet before yoga. Everyone's kind of walking around barefoot, right? And we don't know if all their feet are clean, but you can put it on the bottoms of your feet to help protect yourself.
Thanks, Sylvia. I love tea tree too. What I put a drop into like between the deep cleaning of our toilets.
Mm,
I'll put a drop into the toilet bowl and I'll just swish it around, and flush. And it
yeah,
just freshens it, and I know it's cleaning it. So again,
yeah. I like to actually put some in the back of the bowl, like where the water is.
oh, okay. Yeah, see, I learn something new every day. Like, thank you. I'm going to try that one too. Okay.
Just keeps that fresh because we
Yeah,
forget about that.
I know. Where does that water come from? Anyways, yeah. So okay, now we have a couple of other blends that are really powerful. We have Digest Zen. So when you think of this one, you're going to think of all things tummy. Okay, tummy aches, constipation, um, diarrhea, just gas, bloating, all of that. So this is our digestive blend, and you're going to use it. You can use it topically, and you can use it internally. So topically, you can just rub it on the stomach. It's going to ease again the digestive discomfort, and really kind of like bring that to some calmness. You can also take it internally. So you can take it at meal times, before meal times. You can take it after meal time. Again, with these oils, because you are choosing oils to customize, custom to you, you're gonna try it and see where it works best for you. And then, of course, you can apply it to the bottom of your feet to help kids. If they're finding the smell strong for them, because I know with littles, sometimes smells can just be deterrents. You might want to just use it at the bottom of their feet. And just like Sylvia had said, how the peppermint goes into your mouth after 20 minutes, those oils are being drawn up through your feet. So they can absolutely be used that way as well. And one experience that I had with Digest Zen is taking a ferry I was living in Shanghai, and taking a ferry um, um, I had gone to Shenzhen, where Victoria lives, and was taking a ferry to Hong Kong. And it was so rocky. It was just I was just feeling, and I don't get nauseous usually, but I was feeling so nauseous. I just pulled out my Digest Zen, opened it up, and just was literally sniffing the bottle the entire ride. And so again, it's great for motion sickness, and you can use it aromatically for that. And then we have our Powerhouse Protective Blend On Guard. So On Guard is one of doTERRA's, I would say, super, super special blends because it actually shows up in a lot of our products as a protective blend. So you're going to use On Guard you're going to diffuse it in the room to reduce those environmental threats. So again, like air pollution. I have like a story. When I lived in Shanghai, we had some days of really, really bad air pollution. Like we know in many countries we can get those days. So what we used to do is just have On Guard diffusing like the entire day. And it really, like, we used to use the egg to show us what the pollution number inside our home was because as we know, we can't really control what's going on outside, but controlling our environment inside the home. And when we used to use our On Guard, we'd see that egg really kind of bring the number down. And inside our home, even though we're opening windows and doors to go in and out, we would still have great air quality in our home. So a great one to diffuse. On Guard is also great for cleaning. So you will find On Guard once it gets introduced in all the countries, you will find it in our cleaning products. We have like a cleaner concentrate and some of our laundry detergent and things like that. So again, that's going to come to different markets at different times, but you'll see like the power of On Guard kind of throughout that. And then we also use it in our toothpaste and our mouthwash. So again, so protective for oral health, right? On Guard is a great blend. It's got exactly what it needs, what we need for oral health. And if you don't have these products yet in your country, you can absolutely just use On Guard together with water, swishing it in your mouth, and you can make some DIY recipes and go ahead and utilize the power of On Guard. And then you can also take it for immune support. So this is a really, really heavy hitter. So you can, again, in a veggie capsule, you can take On Guard internally, and it will provide that immune support, like a boost of immune support. What else do we use On Guard for? Gosh, I just feel like we use it for so much, but mostly I am diffusing it in my home very often, and the cleaning and the personal. And then oregano, another really, really, we all know oregano as an herb, but here we're using the oil of oregano. And oregano is a great immune support. So this is another one that you can take internally. You can take it proactively and also actively, like when you're having something go on that you really need to, help your body fight, then you're going to go ahead and use your oregano internally. Now, oregano is what we call a hot oil. So you're going to learn that there are some hot oils that you are going to want to be more careful with. So oregano is one of them. Anytime you want to apply it to the skin, like I know that some people apply it for skin, like acne and skin issues like that, you're going to want to dilute it. So again, the oils are really powerful, but what I love about our team, and I think everybody who's on our team already will know that we have a lot of education on these oils, and you'll be using them in their best way for you. The last thing about oregano is that you can use it for cooking. So after let's say you're making a sauce or something that calls for oregano, at the very end, you can put a drop or a little toothpick amount of oregano into your food and flavor it. So a great oil to have on hand for when you need it.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those oils that you don't really need until you really need it. And then you're like, shoot, I really needed that to have it on hand.
Yeah.
And then one of my favorite ways to get my kids to use the On Guard is On Guard apples. So I cut up apples, and this is a great snack for your kiddos, and it's an immune boosting snack. I cut up the apples and I put a couple drops of On Guard in water, and I just let the apples soak in there for a few minutes, and then they'll eat them. And it tastes like kind of like an apple pie because it's sweet from the apples and kind of has that cinnamony clove from the On Guard. My kids ask for them and love them.
I love that.
And there's some good stuff in the chat.
Oh, okay.
For people.
Yeah, talking about, okay, Silvia, you're mentioning our flute blend. Yeah, we have that great blend, which is our massive immune bomb, right? Would you say? Immune shot of frankincense, lemon, On Guard, oregano, and tea tree. So
yeah,
so good. Flu bomb. Yeah, so many great ideas. Okay, should I? Okay.
Yep. Next slide.
Okay, you're up.
All right. Deep blue. This is one of my favorites. This is a blend as well. Deep blue is typically just used topically. You can use it aromatically. I just don't like to waste it in a diffuser because it's one of those oils that's going to be very specific for discomfort. And you're going to want to use it topically. So any neck tension, bruising, it has helichrysum in there. Helichrysum is one of those oils that helps stop bruising. And it's it has anti-inflammatory properties, so it's going to help with discomfort as well. I love kind of making a roller out of it, putting like 20 to 30 drops of the deep blue oil in a roller topped with fractionated coconut oil, and I can use it for head tension, any discomfort. In the US market, we've got a couple of other deep blue products like a cream and a stick, which are amazing. A great one to use before or after exercise, especially when I have like a leg day. Deep blue is like my go-to when I can barely walk down the stairs without like shaky legs. I love using the deep blue. And then I love bringing it to a massage with me. If I get a deep tissue massage, deep blue helps. It helps again keep me from getting the bruising that you can sometimes get with a deeper tissue massage. And it's also quite soothing and healing to the muscles and even the tendons and ligaments. Copaiba is another powerhouse oil that we have. This oil is going to be, I kind of like calling it like the brother of frankincense because it's kind of used in similar situations. It's a really great one for pain and inflammation.
My apologies.
Oh, my watch is talking to me. Sorry. It's a powerful antioxidant as well. We know that oxidation creates aging and disease, right? And so if we can counteract that, knowing that copaiba is a powerful antioxidant, I want to take this every day. So you can put it in a capsule and take it in that way. You can put it under your tongue to just take for daily nervous system support, digestive support, respiratory system support. It's a great one. We talked about a flute or a flu balm. I use a pain balm as well, and it's going to be copaiba, frankincense, lemongrass is a really great one, turmeric, and you can use the marjoram. Remember I told you about the marjoram I used on my ankle. It's a really great oil to use for discomfort. You can also use this for focus or inattention, specifically in children as well. It's a great one you can use. You just roll it on the back of their neck or diffuse it, apply it to the bottoms of their feet or yourself if that's something you deal with. Anxious feelings as well. Copaiba is a really great one for that. And it's a great one to use for sleep, before sleep, either taking it internally, a couple drops, putting it on the bottoms of your feet. This is a great sleep oil, or blending it in a diffuser with whatever you like with the lavender and breathe if you want to do that at night. Adaptive is another one of my favorite blends. This is our calming blend. This has some copaiba in it. You can use adaptive by putting a drop in your hands. You can make a roller and apply to the pulse points and over the heart. It's going to be for anxious feelings. Our adaptive oil and adaptive line was created for mental health. And so this is just a really great oil for that. It's also a great oil for sleep. I love using this in an Epsom salt bath. One of my favorite things to do with essential oils is an Epsom salt bath. So just add a couple cups of Epsom salt and then pour your oils into the salts, then into the bath and take it in that way. And then you could also rub it on the bottoms of your feet, back of neck. This is going to be another great focus blend. So you can use it for focus. And great for kiddos as well. And it's a really pleasant smell. I love the smell of this.
Yeah, I just am amazed that adaptive actually came out. I believe it was the convention before the pandemic. And so
Yes.
I feel like it was, I don't know, it's so meant to be. Like,
Yeah.
it has really helped a lot of people the
Yeah.
last couple of years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So we just went through a dozen. We actually went through 12 oils. And I mean, power. We kept saying, I noticed Silvia and I kept saying, this is my favorite. This is
I
my
know.
favorite. There's like, it's hard to have a favorite when there's so many good ones, like I must say. Um, So, we wanted to touch on, oils, essential oils have been used in history for years, right? They're used in India, they're used in other countries. We've been using oils for a long time, but why, what sets doTERRA apart? And so we really wanted to touch on this because we wanted to really show you, what does that mean? Why buy doTERRA and use it? So, in addition to supplying the highest quality essential oils, doTERRA is also committed to making that positive difference in the lives of farmers, harvesters, and distillers who contribute to doTERRA's oil production. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about co-impact sourcing, and then talking about again about our CPTG. So, with more than 140 origin oils in its product line, doTERRA sources its oils from over 45 countries, more than half of which could be considered developing countries. So, really, to ensure that small scale farmers and harvesters in disadvantaged areas are treated ethically, doTERRA has introduced this initiative called co-impact sourcing. So, what is co-impact sourcing? Co-impact sourcing creates shared value for all stakeholders in the supply chain. Um, it's at the source and intentionally implementing environmental stewardship and social impact initiatives. So, co-impact sourcing really seeks to develop that long-term, mutually beneficial supplier partnerships. And then it's also creating sustainable jobs and providing reliable income in underdeveloped areas. And I mean, just to know where our dollar goes when we buy a bottle of doTERRA is just so powerful. I mean, we speak with what we spend. So doTERRA is committed to the ethical treatment of its suppliers by providing those on-time payments at fair prices. The growers and harvesters are encouraged to form cooperative groups to share collective benefits and bargaining power. Okay, and this improves skills and capacity of the community. Additionally, the doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation supports development projects in sourcing communities. So Healing Hands is our philanthropic leg of doTERRA. Projects include schools, health clinics, improved infrastructure, and clean water systems. Now, many of us, and I think some of us that are on the call, have partnered with doTERRA Healing Hands Foundation and gone out and raised funds to help different causes. And doTERRA matches the funds that we raise. And it's been really powerful. I see Pete's on the call, Silvia, myself, we've all done projects. And really, this is just another reason. The oils are great and we know they work. Okay. And now we also know that they're pure. Now, what if we could do even more and go out and help the world? Right. So I just find it so powerful. There's so much depth to doTERRA. And then I just want to touch a little bit on the CPTG quality testing. So again, like the purity of an essential oil is its most important characteristic, right? If it's not pure, it's not going to do what it's meant to do. So an essential oil that isn't pure means you run into the risk of germs, heavy metals, adulterants. And when you start using that oil, those go into your body, they go on your body. They can, cause your skin to get irritated. You can have adverse effects. You can even get sick. So without an accepted standard for essential oil quality, doTERRA created its own testing process called the Certified Pure Tested Grade. And this process certifies that there are no added fillers, synthetic agents, or even harmful contaminants in the essential oils. And this keeps their efficacy really high, right? So doTERRA goes this step further and puts all their products and packaging through all these tests to ensure that long and effective shelf life. So one thing I do want to show, if you can see my bottle, I don't know which direction because it's kind of dark in my room, but there's a batch number. And when you have a batch number on a bottle, you can go to sourcetoyou.com and learn more about this particular batch of oil. So again, just having that transparency, I find it so, I don't know, empowering. So it just makes me want to use my oils more when I know that they're that pure and that I can figure out exactly where they came from. So
I love that. And it's only the single oils that we're able to look up there because it's kind of hard to look up all the oils and the blends, right?
Right, right, exactly. Yeah, I should say it's the single oils, but then trust that those single oils go into our blends, right? I guess that's
Yep,
how I would kind of think about it. Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. Great.
All right. One thing I want to just touch on briefly, and I know there's several of you from India on this call, and you don't have this yet. I'm gonna emphasize the yet because the Indian market will slowly be trickling lots of different doTERRA products in. But this is our lifelong vitality. And, we work with a lot of different people and a lot of different customers. And um, nutrition is foundational to our health. And most of us do not receive everything that we need from our food, and supplementation is necessary. And this is kind of doTERRA's baby, so to speak. It's actually our number one selling item because it is essential and foundational to health. And it's a three-part system. It's a microplex VMZ, which is all of our bioavailable multivitamins and minerals. And then there's an omega blend, the XC omega, which is our omega-3, 6s, and 9s, fatty acids, and it also has a blend of essential oils in there. And I love our fish oil because it doesn't smell fishy or rancid at all. And fish oil is a great supplement to use for brain health. It's going to calm things down. It's great for skin and hair and nails and joints. Um, I was actually put on some high dose fish oil by my naturopath for supporting my hormones. And one of the side effects of that was my knee pain went away. So it was like I got a twofer with it. So it's great liver support as well, the fish oil. And our liver is in charge of metabolizing.
Sorry,
Oh,
I couldn't.
stop it. Our liver is in charge of metabolizing our hormones. And then there's an alpha CRS, which is our cellular energy blend. And when we can provide our cells what they need at a cellular level, our cells can communicate and function properly, which then means our organs can function properly, which means our body can function properly, which will give us overall health and vitality. So I love this. It's very intelligently pieced together and kind of provides just overall blanketed foundational nutritional support. And like I said, in other countries, this may not be there yet. And when you are talking to clients or customers, you may need to chat about this and kind of use other forms. But if you can get it, try it. They do have a 30-day money back guarantee. That's how much doTERRA believes in this product. So if you try it and you don't find any benefits from it, you can send the empty bottles back and they will refund you all of your money for it. Come on. Oh, you're in charge of the slides.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna say about the LLV, like if you do start using it, um, what I notice is like I use it every day, and then I don't know, there might be, although I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate, I do run out of things and don't plan properly sometimes because that's reality. And I will run out of it and I won't take it for a couple of days. And it's funny, I'll notice the brain fog. I'll
The
notice
brain
the
fog is
energy
the
going
first thing I
down.
noticed too.
Yeah, and it's brain fog, so you don't realize it's because you're not taking your LLV, and then
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I have to. So you really notice when you're not taking them after your body gets to this really blissful state of that foundation, and yeah, and I'm a health coach, and I just know that this is where I start with a lot of people, and I really hope that we get it on all our markets really soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, Sylvia. It's a great explanation. Okay, so we're kind of like winding down our class in a way, but when you start with doTERRA, there's a lot of information and it can really feel overwhelming. But it doesn't have to, right? You're just going to start with the concerns that either you're working on or you're helping people work on, and slowly you're going to build on that. So we like to talk about how to learn about these oils, right? You're not going to read the book and memorize them all. Like none of us can really do that. So we just suggest using the resources that are available, right? There are books that you can grab where you can learn about each oil. There are apps. There are some great apps that are actually like global. We can use them in many countries. So there's an Essential Life app, and then there is also the Emotions app. Those are my two favorites. I forgot what the Emotions one's called.
Essential Emotions, I
Oh,
think.
Essential Emotions. Okay. Two great apps that if you don't have them and you're doing anything with oils, I would suggest, because you can put in your concern and get some oil recommendations, and then you can put it in oil and they'll tell you what you can use the oils for. So just so powerful. And then of course, when you start using doTERRA with us, jump into the education. I think in the last 2 years, our team has completely revamped how to learn about oils. We have a lot of on-demand classes. We have guided classes online, and then there's just so much information. Also, a lot of these classes are recorded. So if you feel like there's a topic you need for yourself or a friend or to share with a community, reach out to us and let us know. We may already have some recording that you can use. So, and then we have our oil camp. So if you're in our community and you've joined the Telegram group and you see the oil camps coming, join them. They're great. There are I think three different oil camps, and then there's a cleanse camp. So definitely take advantage, and you will just learn so much about the products and about yourself and what really your body needs as well.
All right. Thank you for that. I love our team because of all of the resources that we have. So we did promise you that we're going to teach you how to get these into your home, right? There are 3 ways that you can purchase doTERRA. The first way is going to be retail. Retail is paying the full price on the item. And I typically don't let anybody purchase retail. I want everybody leaving here to pay the same to get the same price that I get, which is at wholesale, 25% off. In the US market, to get a wholesale account, you pay $35. In the India market, it's free. So it doesn't make any sense to order retail at all in India because it's free to have a wholesale account. And you get 25% off, and you can order what you want when you want. Now, when you get started with a starter kit, you're going to get a steeper discount. The starter kit typically has the top 10 oils. The 2 starter kits that I'm going to show you guys do have the top 10 oils. And this will give you a free wholesale membership for an entire year.
Do you want me to go ahead into the?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first kit is the Healthy Start Kit. This one is specific to the US market, US and Canada. It includes the Pebble Diffuser, but it has the top 10 oils that I talked about, excluding Copaiba and Adaptive. So everything else is in there. And it's going to be the 5 ml bottle. So you'll see the oils, they come in a 5 ml or a 15 ml, and just depends on what your budget is and where you are at. But it's going to save you about $25 extra on top of the 25%. The next kit is India's Healthy Start Kit, and you'll see it's the top 10 oils with fractionated coconut oil. And it's the same oils. And I love this. I like to call this kind of like the tester kit because they are smaller bottles. The next kit is the kit that I actually started with 5 years ago. It was the top 10 oils in the bigger bottle. The deep blue only comes in a 5 ml. So that's why that is the only bottle that is smaller. In the US, you will get a diffuser with it and the free membership and access to all of the resources on our team. In India, it comes with the fractionated coconut oil, which is really nice because I typically have to have people add a fractionated coconut oil. And again, it's those top 10 oils. Whenever somebody calls me and they're like, Silvia, what oil can I use for this? Or what oil can I use for this? 80% of the time, it's going to be an oil from this top 10. And that's why it's packaged together like this. And you're going to get an even steeper discount by getting the kit. Next slide. Oh, that's you.
Okay. So yeah, I love the kits, and I love that we have it consistent.
And there's also a la carte. I forgot to mention. You can also a la carte it. If you maybe you've purchased some oils already and have some oils already, you can a la carte and just chat with the person that invited you to this class to help put something together for you.
Yeah, so many options. I love all the options. It's really, because I always say it's customizable, right? So you're customizing your journey through doTERRA, right? So it's super, super awesome. And that leads me perfectly into like the 3 types of people that come to our classes. So we do these classes, and there are usually 3 types of people who come. The first type of person is excited to live a natural solutions lifestyle. So when they learn about the power of essential oils, they can't wait to try everything and make the simple swaps to feel healthier and happier. doTERRA supports this type of person by providing the free monthly essential oil education, a lot of the classes and things that like our team has talked about. The second type is sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, my mom needs these oils, or I want my friend to learn about this. So these are the people that naturally want to share what they love. And doTERRA supports this type of person through a generous system to reward people who share the products. This is how I got started, was just sharing the products. Well, I started living the lifestyle, then I started sharing the products. So as people share products consistently over time, they can have their oils that they purchase paid for each month. So we actually call this free natural healthcare. And there are thousands and thousands of people all over the world who are currently receiving free natural healthcare from doTERRA. And then the third type of person. The third type of person has been watching Silvia and I this entire time and thinking, that's what I want to do. I want to change people's lives through educating people about the power of essential oils. So doTERRA rewards this type of person through an incredibly generous compensation plan. And as these people educate others about the power of essential oils, they can earn enough to supplement or even replace their income so they can become financially free. And I can tell you that the entire journey of doTERRA, from when I started using the products to now building this as an impactful global business, has been the best journey I've ever been on. There's just so much that purpose that doTERRA can give you when you start really sharing these products with people in your community. And, it changes lives. I would say doTERRA changes lives. So, when you start, like we talked a little bit about this before, but you get a lot of perks when you start with doTERRA, right? So, when you are first starting, and maybe you haven't started yet, I would go ahead and grab a wellness, like a first time wellness consultation with the person who invited you and find out what kit is best for you. After you do that, go ahead and schedule a private lifestyle overview wellness consult, and that'll go deeper into your health goals and how doTERRA can support those. And then absolutely join our oil community, get into the oil camps, the continuing education, and start looking into the resources that are going to help you through the journey. Now, and when you become a member, you also get the privilege of being part of the Loyalty Rewards program. And when you get into the Loyalty Rewards program, this means that you're getting a wellness box a month and you're actually earning back points. And those points can be used for products. So it's a really, really generous points program, I would say. And then, of course, when you're part of our team, Team OYL, Team Oil, we have lots of events and classes that go on, and you can always join those and bring your friends to them. So I would say that it's kind of like never ending once you get here, but you're going to love all of it, is how I would say that. Okay, so, and here, if you haven't started yet, reach out to the person who invited you into this class, or maybe you're watching a recording, the person who shared their recording with you, and they again can help you find the best, the best starter kit, the best first experience kit for you, and you'll be on your way to getting the best products at the best prices. So it says thank you, but we have one more slide. But thank you for watching our presentation on these oils. Again, like Silvia and I really wanted to get kind of down and dirty with the top 10 because, you want to know what you're going to do with this box when it gets in your home. So hopefully this class has helped you understand just the different ways that you can use the oils so that it kind of jumpstarts you on your own wellness journey. And so, of course, like as this slide says, I can't wait for these wellness tools to get into your home. And if you're already using them, I would love to start hearing everyone's experiences and, be sure to be sharing with us so we can go ahead and share with others on how these oils are working for people in our community. Back to Silvia. Did you want to talk about
if you've been sitting here and being like, if you were that third type of person, or maybe even that second type of person, and I know we have a lot of people from India on this call. Munisha and I will be doing a doTERRA opportunity call on Thursday evening, 9:30 p.m. India Standard Time. And so that would be the next step, is chat with the person that invited you here and say, I want to attend that call. You can screenshot this invite and show up on Thursday, and we could go over kind of the opportunity. And it's a pretty unique opportunity in India right now with the new market. And we can answer more questions there. But yeah, thank you everyone that showed up. And I think we could open it up for some questions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to say also, invite your friends to the opportunity call. I will say that doing this business with friends it's just a whole nother layer.
It is. It's
I
fun.
find,
It
I
makes
mean,
it fun.
it's so fun. I mean, I've made new friends, which are now my friends, but I've also brought my friends into the community, and I just know that, there's just no opportunity like this. So bring your friends to our call on. It's actually 8:30 in India. Yeah, we're trying to do the time. 8:30 in India.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8:30 India.
At
And
9.
then it's followed by a corporate product education call.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so invite your friends, and we would love to see you again later this week. But we're going to open it for questions. Should I go ahead and stop screen share? I can stop recording, and we can see if there are any questions.
Thank you. That was really good.
Thank you.
Yes, Munisha,
Yeah.
can I just put up one